on you with this technical evidence regarding cameras. You said you were also the visual mixer. What does it mean?
Yeah, visual mixer, it's when I take the feed from the cameras, it's used to mix cameras. So those two cameras are installed in my visual mixer, and I'm able to see them in my monitor screen, and I'm able to switch in between using the visual mixer. That's what the visual mixer is called, to mix cameras. And then I had an ALJAMA studio that was used to record the feed from the visual mixer. Which means whatever I'm mixing on the visual mixer will go to the ALJAMA studio that I'm using to record, and it's being recorded using that ALJAMA studio. And I was also responsible to give the feed to the big screens that were on the venue, so that's the crowd to be able to see those. That's content.
What time did you set this up at the Sissa Preparation Sleep?
I started to set up 8 o'clock in the morning.
Let's proceed.
And then my task was to make sure that I get the correct feed from the cameras. I will communicate with my camera operator using comms. Like, for example, I'll tell them that camera 1, you stand by, I'm coming to you, and then I go live to camera 1, and then just so that there's a great working relationship between me and the camera operator.
Were you personally involved with setting up the cameras, as you explained?
Yes, I set up all the equipment that was there on site with the help of the technician with the cameras.
Can you just tell us why would you tell camera 1, I'm coming to you, camera 2, as you just explained, what is the purpose of that?
Because sometimes it happens that a camera can move while I'm putting it live on screen. So I'm making it ready to lock all the shots so that it won't be able to move while once it's live. You will understand that it is live.
Are you able to observe everything that is going on or that is being recorded by the camera?
I can only observe what is on the screen most of the time. I don't have a vision of the stage because the stage is like 35 meters away from me. So my focus is on the monitor that is in front of me where the camera is.
You were there the whole day recording this event, is that correct?
Yes, for the day of the event.
Yes.
Yes, I was there.
At 8 o'clock that evening, were you still there? 8 o'clock the evening, were you there?
When, during the sassa or during the show?
During the show.
Yes, during the show I was still there.
Yes, what happened then? What happened on that day? On the 28th of July.
The event started at 9, so there were speeches. Then around 3 o'clock, I cannot be precise with time. Then there were performances until maybe 11 or 10 in the afternoon.
Did you see accused number 1 there on the day of in question? Accused number 1 is Mr. Malema, was he there?
Yeah, I was there. He was the speaker.
Everything that happened there, was it recorded?
Yes, it was recorded.
Accused number 2, do you know him?
I don't know him.
Have you seen him on the day in question of 28 July 2018 during the event?
Yes, I saw him.
Where exactly did you see him?
I cannot be precise because we were busy working. We meet various people, so I cannot say where I saw him.
The particular evening, what happened in the evening?
It was, as I said, performances and a lot of times people are dancing around. Yeah, it's all I can record from the day.
Did you see or observe on your monitor any shooting incident occurred on that particular evening of the 28th of July 2018?
Only 2018, no, I didn't realize any kind of shooting was occurred.
Did you observe or hear any display of fireworks on the evening in question?
What happened is when you mix, you have combs that covering both of your ears, and there is sound that is like banging from the front too. So it was really focusing on the camera and communicating with them.
What time did the event ended on the 28th of July 2018?
I'm really not sure.
If you have to estimate,
Maybe around 10 or 11
is that now in the evening?
in the evening. Because I was also tasked to go to do the after party. So for me, the work was continuous.
What happens once you record it now, whatever you need to record it, what happens to that particular footage?
So the process is, once I finish with the recording, I will double check if the recording is there in my laptop and the hard drive which I was recording on. And then I will browse through the recording to check if there is audio and there are no glitches. And then I will submit the hard drive with the content of the recording to the project manager of that event from House.
So you submit your part to the project manager?
Yeah, I will give the content to the project manager from House who's on site.
Did you do so on this particular evening of 28 July 2018?
Yes, I did exactly at the position.
How did you become involved as a witness in this case?
A couple of days later, officials from National NPA or Hawks, they came to the house, the office. And I was also asked to go and join them because they requested a meeting with those who were working in this particular event we are talking about. And that was the beginning of me being part of the space.
What was the purpose of those members of the Walks visiting you? Did they explain?
And they wanted to make sure that I was the person who was doing the recording, number one. And they asked questions about the video, if it's original or what was the process in taking it. That was it. That's all.
Were you requested by the Hawks to go and fetch that particular footage?
No.
Who is the manager you gave the hard drive to?
I gave the, it was, project manager was, I forgot his name, but it was from Giaus, Johannesburg. Lifa. I don't know the name of the surname, but it was Lifa. It was from Giaus, Johannesburg. Lifa, yes. It was the name of Lifa.
While the footage was in your possession, has there been any tampering with that particular footage?
No.
Mr. Ngobo, I'm going to show you a particular video. Are you able to see the television from where you are? Yes. You can. We should be the witness. Let me just move a little bit out of the witness box. And I will ask him to go back if you need to answer.
Alright. And please, before you comment, you have to move back to the microphone.
No.
You may stay present and stay indicate when you need to go back to your position to answer on record. And just remember the visuals, please. Thank you.
Chio makelena na timoto yeno ma auye ma awaye na timoto lilo ma ubo pasopa utima na timoto yeno ma auye ma awaye yo ni foto lilo ma pasopa utima mama chuchu zelama ayama hawaii's loni foot tumiloma pasopa utima chio mama chio makelena.
There's also a second video that I'm also going to show you.
Mama yeah, mama yeah,
Thank you. Do you recognize that video, those videos?
Yes, those were 2 cameras from as I was mixing the video.
We are now going to resume Advocate Bauer.
Yeah, those were 2
Back to you, because we are now connected. The member.
Is this the first time you've observed those 2 videos, or did you have or seen it before?
The first one I've seen before, through the Hawks, the kid, but the second one was my first time.
Can you explain to us under what circumstances did you see the first video when the walks arrived there? What was the what happened?
According to them, they were using our video or the recording as evidence. And they were asking me if I did observe whatever has happened in the first video. That's how I came to know.
Do you confirm that is indeed the footage as provided by Yehudah to the walks? That footage, is that the same footage that was provided to the walks, the one that was recorded by your company, Yehudah?
Yes, it was part of the recording.
Were you at any stage informed either by the police or your colleagues regarding a shooting that occurred and that the police might come and visit you?
No, I only knew when I was calling the meeting.
Thank you, Mr. Mago, I would request you again to get out of the witness box to observe a third footage.
Sorry?
I want you to observe a third footage. footage was recorded by your company?
No, there is no camera coming from behind.
Did you listen to the question?
Yeah, I said no. It was not recorded from we didn't have a camera coming from behind.
What is the difference between the three different footages I've just shown you?
I won't comment on the last one because I already know where it's coming from. But on the two, the first two, 1 and 2, it's from the cameras that I set up from stage right and from the front, so I know the person.
The stage and the scene, is that exactly how it was as is depicted on your two recordings? The stage setup, is it correct the way it's been depicted in your video footage? Just need to speak louder.
Yes, yes, correct.
Thank you. I've got no further questions at this stage.
Thank you. So we will proceed with cross-examination now. I just want to explain the purpose to the witness. It just facilitates proceedings and aids in the witness. The next step of proceedings is called cross-examination. It means, therefore, firstly, African audience is appearing for Mr. Malema, and thereafter, African Matthews appearing for Mr. Snyman will have the opportunity to cross-examine you. It means they may ask questions from you which you may have already testified about in your evidence in chief. But if you are asked again, you are please required to answer the questions clearly again. They may also place a statement before you. It's normally my instructions are, or put it to you, I'll give you a very simple example. They may say, today is indeed Friday. That is a statement. To a statement, you may respond by saying, yes, you agree to such a statement. You may disagree to the statement. If you do not know or it's not within your knowledge, feel free to say so. If you are not clear and you wish that a question be repeated for you, feel free to ask, and I'm sure that the defense will assist you in it. Thank you. If you're ready, African audience, cross-examination.
Thank you. So, can you tell the court who the respective cameramen were on the night in question?
The camera on the stage, guys, was Snyman, and the camera at the front of us was Julius.
Julius who?
I don't know his name.
Where are these?
Julius inside the camera.
Where are these respective people?
They're not my girls. I don't know where they are now.
So basically you admit to this court that you did not operate those cameras, those respective people, Snyman and Indonesia.
Snyman.
Sunday, and Luniso were the two people who operated the cameras. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Now, similarly, once they had control of the cameras, that was to the exclusion of you. You did not have control of the cameras. They controlled the cameras, not you.
No, yes, I didn't.
Say no, yes.
No, I didn't control the camera.
And you, from what I understand, your testimony to me, did not personally watch what was happening on the stage. Is that correct?
Most of the time.
You were somewhere else watching on a monitor. Is that correct?
Most of the time.
And you were approached and asked to make a statement. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you made it clear in your statement that you are not the cameraman responsible for the filming of these incidents. Is that correct? You also, of your own accord, stated that at the night in question you hadn't seen any form of shooting. Is that correct?
Correct.
And once you were shown the video footage at a subsequent stage, of your own accord, you said you were not certain whether it was a real or a toy firearm. You confirmed it?
Yes, correct.
And you went further, sir, and you said that having only watched this on a monitoring screen, you were incapable of deciding or determining whether it was in fact a toy or a real firearm. Is that correct?
Correct.
Now, I want to put it to you, sir, that my instructions are that the firearms that you saw there were screen or TV firearms that are incapable of firing projectiles. Do you have any comment?
Yes.
I will repeat it. You must be slowly. I want to put it to you that my instructions are that the firearms that you see there were what are referred to as TV or screen or toy firearms that were incapable of ejecting any item. They could not fire a bullet. Do you have any comments?
No comment, no.
Now, if I were to show you these items that you utilized, or similar items, which refer to them in legal terms as facsimiles, copies, or the actual items that you utilized that night, would you be able to identify them from what you saw that night?
No.
I beg your pardon?
I'm sorry, which items are talking about?
If I brought to court those screen or TV firearms that cannot eject a missile, nothing comes out of them, would you be able to identify them or not?
No, I won't.
Why?
Because I was not focusing on them. I don't even know how they look like. Even the color or anything. Until today, I don't know.
You know, they say this video or photo tells the story of 1,000 words. What you've seen is, even through the antics, nobody ran, was afraid that they might be shot from what you've seen. Do you agree? No, you can't. You saw the people's reaction. You watched the video, the courts watched the reaction. I put it to you that nobody ran away from these firearms or expressed any fear whatsoever. Do you have any comment?
If I can explain on that, I was just flighting the image, the content on screen. So I was not even looking at the reaction of the people. Because even when the Fox came to show me the video, I was not even looking at the reaction of the people. because so that's why I say I cannot comment. I have to go back to the video and look at it again. Because my interest was not on the when I was looking at the video.
You've watched it in court, you've watched it before. I put it to you now as I challenge you, as I also explain to you, that nobody runs away at the time of the so-called firing of these items. Do you have any comment?
I didn't see anyone running.
It's obvious, we all watched it. But now, what I want to ask you, sir, going back to the video footage, is there's no Gearhouse logo on the footage. Do you agree with me?
Correct.
And we seem to be watching what appears to be as an extract of the events of that night. Do you agree with that?
Correct.
We don't see the evening beginnings as we...
Bishop, I was struggling to keep up. I was trying to keep up to write everything down. I sometimes it's just a little bit slower.
Second delay.
It's slowly, very slowly. The point that I was making, and I'll make it clear, is as follows. We explained to this court that the events of the day began from 9 a.m. We do not see that on the video footage. Do you agree with that?
Yes, indeed.
You further explained in your testimony that there were speeches. Accused number one is the main spokesperson. We don't see any of that on the video footage. Do you agree with that?
Correct.
So it's quite clear, sir, that somebody created some type of a snippet or cut out a section of the video footage.
Correct.
To complicate issues further, on the video footage, there is no indication of what the actual time was when these events occurred. Do you agree with me?
Correct.
At best, on this snippet of video, we have the duration of the actual snippet, nothing more. Do you agree?
Correct.
And there's no indication anywhere of who produced this video footage. Do you agree with me? There's no indication anywhere of who produced the video footage. Do you agree with me?
Correct.
Your only means by which you identify it as having been involved is from the angles of the cameras being, as you explained, and I'll give you the terminology. Stage right in front of the house, is it correct?
Correct.
How many cameras were set up for this event by your company? Yes.
Only 2.
You have no idea who filmed the footage that was shown to us as the third video.
Correct.
You cannot in any way claim ownership or any role played in the third video simply because, as you said, you did not have a camera from that angle. Do you agree?
Correct.
Put somewhat differently, sir, it's apparent from your testimony that even on the night in question you are unaware that any firing of any type of toy gun or real gun had taken place that night.
Correct.
And that was so, even though you on your own version monitored the screens of the footage being videoed by the 2 cameras belonging to Gearhouse. It's not as if you're watching the filming of something and you saw a terrorist attack with somebody being shot or shot at, that you would react and panic. You agree with me?
Correct.
You went there, you controlled the monitors, and at the end of the night you were satisfied that nothing untoward, improper or irregular happened. Do you agree?
Correct.
For all intents and purposes, it was a perfect celebration, a birthday bash, and everything had gone very smoothly. Do you agree? It was only days later when members of the Hawks, you say MPA, came to see you and inquired about the footage, that you came to the realization that either, as you put it, a real or a toy firearm had been depicted in the video footage. Do you agree with me?
Correct.
And that summary that I've put you in would apply to both of the videos that you identified as having been filmed by Gearhouse. Do you agree with me?
Correct.
It's not that you had seen the one but not the other. It was in relation to both items of footage that you have not known of anything untoward. And as I put you earlier, I know that I'm repeating myself, but it flows from the sequence of the questioning now. Nobody appears startled or scared in any of the video footage that was captured by Gearhouse. As I put you earlier, and I'm repeating now because of the sequence of where we are now, nobody appears startled or scared in the video footage that was captured by Gearhouse. Do you agree with me? So it will appear, and that's why you drew the conclusion that there was not a real firearm being shot on the stage with all the people there. It will appear, and as you yourself have put it in the statement, that a real firearm was not shot on the stage with all those people present. Do you agree with me? If somebody was on the stage shooting live rounds, it would be a risk. Do you agree with me?
Yeah.
From what you saw and what you see on the video, nobody appears to be startled. You've told us. Do you agree?
Right.
So the indication is that a toy firearm, not a real firearm, was used. Do you agree?
Mr. Yehudah, this is just following the question after question. We cannot keep up. I see most of the people stop writing. Please can you just slow down?
I've done an issue. Reasonable request.
If it's too fast, just draw my attention and we'll indicate without having to stop proceedings and to save time. Just indicate and then I'll indicate to you. If the notice that you are not in this field.
Thank you.
I'll draw a conclusion for you and get your comments. It is therefore apparent from the reaction, from what you see in the video, that it is most probable that a toy firearm was used in both instances. Do you agree with this?
I think it is in this question, this is a kind of answer just because, as I've explained before, I've never watched the video with the interest of seeing the reaction of the people. I was only watching according to what I was asked to watch on a particular time. So if you're able to go and look at the video again and see the expression of your answer like you are saying.
No problem, let's watch it here. Then you can watch it here with all of us present. Please come out of the box. Tell me if you see people being startled and scared. watching the other films to please come out. Ask whoever's operating the video to
That will be the third video
first, second, and third. Only the first two are necessary. That's those are the ones that my present.
It's absolutely
the first two. It's the first one for the record and the second one from here.
Can somebody just move the calendar out of the way?
You've now had the opportunity to watch the two Gearhouse videos, and in particular the second one focused on the people on the stage. I want to put it to you that it's obvious that nobody was afraid to start with or running away to any point. That's now having been given an opportunity in open court to see it and watch the people, even on the stage, you agree with me, Bishop, may I approach the accused to take an instruction? Excuse my approach. The videos a few times. Can you identify accused number one in the respective videos?
First, no.
Second? You need to speak up.
No.
Thank you. It's just the press, my client. Second. Did I hear correctly when you said that the second video is the first time you've seen it?
Yes, correct.
So it's taken from an angle maybe where one of your cameras were. But there's nothing to say it comes from here.
I was saying the first time, meaning when NPA or the Hawks came the first time, they were taking clips from the video on the interest. So they showed me that video. The second one, they didn't show me the time. So
you've only seen it today?
Yeah, correct.
You say that NPA or the Hawks were taking clips? The NPA or the Hawks were taking clips?
Yeah, this is a clip from the video.
It's obvious to me that on video 1 and 2, if you will agree with me, you can't see accused number 2 at all. Thank you.
Any re-examination at the season?
Yes, you should. Just to make sure that you were asked earlier about once you set up the cameras and you went to go monitor it, you lost control, you said yes, but you wanted to answer and you were stopped. Is this correct? Your answer was, earlier you were asked, once you set up the videos on that day in question, do you follow? Then you lost control of the video, or you had no longer had control of your video cameras. Once you set up the cameras, the question was, you've now lost control of the cameras. You're no longer in control of it.
I thought the question was saying I was one operating the camera. I said no, I was not operating the camera. Yeah.
You were also asked to observe the videos, whether there was anybody running and so on. Can you recall that? You saw, firstly, in which direction was these shots or fired? Which direction of that stage?
Which shots? The first one or second one?
First one.
Okay. On the first video, the first shot is on the stage right, the angle, and then it switched to the front camera, which is right at the front of us.
Were there any people standing there where those shots were fired to? Any people?
Standing from?
The right side where the shots were fired, in the direction where the shots were fired from the video. Do you want to see it again?
Meaning where on the stage left, opposite the camera, because the camera is on the stage left, taking the shots towards the stage right, where there are people dancing and stuff. So I also understand your question.
If I want to ask, I'm not sure left or right. I'm paying for direction. But in the direction the shots were fired to, or where the person stood to fire shots, were there people standing there?
And on the stage or on the field?
On the field.
Yeah, there were people on the stage together.
If you talk about people standing, were they standing in front of the stage or on the sides of the stage?
On the front of the stage.
Thank you, Bishop. Nothing else.
One aspect that we testified about the ladies which was shown to court No objection. The third video. May you just play the third clip, please. May you also have the link, please? If I'm good at saying third clip, I think this could be I'll be rectified. Did you see the start of the third clip?
Yeah.
Any person look familiar on the third clip? You can see what's it. And anyone else?
I'm not a friend.
Sorry?
Some people I don't know.
I understand some of the people you don't know. Is there anyone else safe for Mr. Malema that stands out for you in that clip? That catches your attention?
No.
Not at all.
No.
Questions based on the court's questions, Advocate Caesar?
I've got 9.
Advocate Otis? Advocate Nicholas?
This is not a video taken by your company.
No.
You can't even say it was taken on the night in question. Correct?
I can't even say.
Thank you.
I think that's established. I've taken note of this.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll finalize the evidence. You are excused. Before we start the next book, anything
Yes, please.
I know I do the
The video was
Yes, I'm very well. Today when we were solved the problem, can we then agree so that we don't delay as to what time we will come back? Just to allow someone just to have a drink or a bathroom break, to eat something quickly, shall we? Can we agree on the time limit?
You can make it at 25 past, just a 50 minutes.
Then we may as well say 2:30.
Yes, yes.
So if everyone,
Yes,
is it sufficient time for the defense?
thank you.
Legality, please remember, if you leave the courtroom now, which you are free to do, just, I'm not sure what happens outside the doors. It's not my concern, but that we are able to proceed at 2:30 for whatever procedure we follow. I don't know. I don't get involved in that.